So some additional points I'd like to make about this project. One is when the tracks were first brought into Ableton and I was trying to find the order in which to play them in, I was very careful to make sure I played tracks which were either in the same key or in a key that matched, or at the very least didn't have any key clashes, because sometimes you could play two tracks together and there can be awful key clashes and they just sound wrong together. So that was very important. Keeping on this, the theme of keys, when I brought in the loops, I was very careful to make sure they were in the same key. What I could do for this though is, because of the loops weren't known tracks, is when they're playing, for example this, I can change the key by semitones. So I can make sure they match the track they're playing with. One other point to make is how I set up the APC40 and machine. This is done by going into Ableton Live's preferences and going into the control services in the MIDI sync function, and here you have the option to add your controllers, which is where I added the APC40 and machine. Just one final point to make on some of the clips which didn't sound in time, most notably Diana Ross Upside Down. Because I was playing these parts live, there was a little bit of a delay on them, just because of the delay in the computer. There was no quantize set on them, so as soon as I pressed it, it played it, but because there's some delays just because it's got to go through the computer system, it was slightly out of sync with the tracks. This would be eradicated if I had more chance to practice it, but because I'm used to using the CDJ 1000s, which obviously, because they're a hardware piece of equipment, it is more instantly. When I was using the APC, because there's a slight delay just through the computer, it gave a slight delay on the tracks, which made them sound slightly out of time. If I'd had more chance to practice it, I'd probably get the timings right for what's needed, so it comes in on time with the music.